Hello everyone, welcome to Kerala PSC HSA English classes. This is class 32. Today, let's discuss on Arthur Miller's play Death of a Salesman. Arthur Miller was an American writer. He is popular for his plays All My Sons, Death of a Salesman, The Crucible, and A View from the Bridge. Death of a Salesman is a 1949 stage play. The play premiered on Broadway in February 1949, running for 742 performances. It is a two-act tragedy set in the 1940s New York, told through a montage of memories, dreams, and arguments of the protagonist Willy Loman, a traveling salesman who is disappointed with his life and appears to be slipping into senility. Death of a Salesman has been numbered on the short list of finest American plays in the 20th century. It explores the psychological chaos of the protagonist and the capitalist society's impact on his life. The play contains a variety of themes such as the American dream, the loss of identity, a man's inability to accept change within himself and the society. So it won the 1949 Pulitzer Prize for Drama and Tony Award for Best Play. The main characters of this play are Willy Loman. He is a salesman. He is 63 years old. And Linda Loman, his wife, his loyal and loving wife. Biff Loman. Biff Loman is Willy's elder son. Biff was a football star with a lot of potential in high school but failed math his senior year and dropped out of summer school. Then Harold Happy Loman. He is Willy's younger son. He lived in the shadow of his older brother. Then Charlie. Charlie is Willy's neighbor. He pities Willy and frequently lends him money, play cards with him. The next character is Bernard. Bernard is Charlie's son. Then Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben is Willy's elder brother. He's a very successful businessman. Then there is Howard Wagner, who is Willy's boss. Then Jenny. Jenny is Charlie's secretary. Then there is a waiter named Stanley. Miss Forsythe. She's a girl whom Happy Loman picks up at the restaurant one day. Then Letta is Miss Forsythe's friend. And there is a woman whom Willy calls Miss Francis, with whom Willy cheated on Linda. So these are the characters of this play. So coming to the play, in the first scene, Willy returns home from a failed business trip and tells his wife, Linda, that he has made no money on his commission, only salary and worries over the payments due on his car and other appliances. Willy's sons Happy and Biff are in 30s. So Happy works as an assistant to the assistant buyer at a retail store, and Biff has been drifting from one job to the next, though, as I already said, he had been a star footballer in school. Willy sometimes talks to himself and hallucinates. He's very unstable. He often remembers his brother Ben, who became a successful businessman. When Biff speaks to his mother about father's unstable behavior, Linda explains that Willy has been secretly attempting suicide. The two sons plan to set up a business, and Willy is delighted to know that. He thinks that he can satisfy with the success of his two sons. Willy tells Charlie, his neighbor, that he has been fired from his job and borrows money from him. Once again, he has been borrowing from him before. Happy and Biff takes Willy out to a dinner in a restaurant and discloses the truth that their business plan did not work out. Willy's thoughts drift to the day when the teenager Biff discovered that his father was having an affair, which caused a drift between father and son. Of late, Willy has been considering killing himself so that Biff could start something with the insurance money. And he also wants Biff to stop hating him. So Willy thinks that at least he has to help his sons, even if it is from the insurance money after his death. Later, during an argument, after much showing and shouting, Biff burst into tears and kisses his father. Willy is happy to know that his son loves him after all. At night, Willy speeds away in the car when his family is asleep, and the music crashes down to symbolize Willy's suicide. He was a very insecure person. So he commits suicide at the end. And Linda was, all these years she was suffering from the behavior of this insecure behavior of Willy. And at the end, she feels a kind of freedom. In the Requiem, Linda and Happy stand in shock after Willy's poorly attended funeral. Biff states that Willy had the wrong dreams. Willy thought of an American dream to become wealthy, to become successful, but he was not ready to accept changes within himself and also the changes that is happening in the society. But Biff is more practical than Willy. So Charles defends Willy as a victim of his profession. Willy he was doing a wrong profession. So ready to leave, Biff invites Happy to go back out west with him. They have some plans of doing some business. So Happy declares that he will stick it out in New York to validate Willy's death. But at the end, Willy decides to follow his father's path. Then Linda asks Willy for forgiveness for being unable to cry because, now she feels that she feels a kind of relief. She's not able to cry. She begins to sob, repeating, "We are free." So all exit, and there is a flute melody. We can hear a flute melody at the end, and the curtain falls. So that's all about the play. Now let's see some questions. Who says this in Arthur Miller's play, The Death of a Salesman? Lick the world, you says together, could absolutely lick the civilized world? Willy Loman. What is the scene of the Requiem in Arthur Miller's play, The Death of a Salesman? Willy Loman's grave is the scene of the Requiem. What is Willy Loman's tragic flaw in Arthur Miller's play, The Death of a Salesman? He chose the wrong profession. That was his flaw. What is Loman's favorite adjective phrase? Well liked. Whose success story greatly influences Willy Loman? Willy Loman is carried away by the success story of Dave Singleman. How can we associate the notions of pity and terror with Arthur Miller's play, The Death of a Salesman? We feel pity for Willy Loman and terror at the society. In Death of a Salesman, the salesman is faced with conflicting situation caused by his own false values and American value system. Willy Loman cannot find happiness in his sons Biff and Happy because he believes in false values and cannot cope with failure of his sons. The sons leave their father to lick his own frustration, which leads to he decides to commit suicide to make insurance money available for his sons. What is the role of Ben in the drama? He is Willy's brother and a self-made, successful man. Willy Loman stands for failure. Willy Loman for his family was a burden. Who said Willy was a salesman riding on a smile and a shoe shine? Nobody das't blame this man. A salesman is got to dream, boy. It comes with the territory. Charlie, a friend. What is the reaction of the family on Willy's death? Feeling of freedom. Death of a Salesman, called time bomb, expertly placed under the edifice of Americanism because of general sociological and psychological fear of failure. So that's all. Thank you. Module 7, Basic Grammar, Prepositions. We are continuing with the classes about the use of some common prepositions. So, first one, for. For is used with periods of time. It has been raining for 2 days. It is also used to show the purpose of something. What is a pen for? He is going for a ride. Can you make some tea for us? Etc. Next, since. Since is used with point of time. She has been in hospital since October. She lived here since 1978. You have been working here since 7 o'clock. Since is also to show a reason behind something. Since you wish it, we shall go to Ponmudi. Next preposition is with. With is used with the names of some instruments. She cut the bread with a knife. Fill the pocket with money. With is also used to show the use and in some cases to show the accompaniment. For example, we see with our eyes. I can do it with your support. Next preposition is to. To is used in many cases to show direction, like I went to Trivandrum. Then it is used in reported speech. He said to Sita. Then it also used to show preference. I prefer coffee to tea. It is also used in front of a question. To whom did he give it? Next is till. Till shows time. Please wait here till I come. He watched till 11 o'clock. So that's all for today. We'll be discussing more prepositions in the next classes. Thank you.